Happy birthday. Born on the 21st of January. That's a very powerful horoscope to have. But you must be careful that your plans and whatever you want to achieve is not too far to be even accomplished. Meaning that your ideas may not be able to then be able to be sustained. So don't think too big. Don't plan on a very big scale. Otherwise, you'll always find that after that, to sustain it, which means to uphold it, would be a problem. What you need to do is to start small and build it up properly. That would be better. You will be a very forceful person, considered very dominating, but yet considered very charitable. And you'll be a person who wants to take the lead and wants to grow things into a very big scale. So, all this are very much placed there. You are very creative because you have a wonderful group of planets that bring creativity wonderfully to your side. And because of this creativity, whether in the fashion trade, the beauty trade, and you'll be very inventive in everything that you do because you'll be a person who will have the gift of communication and marketing sense as well. And with so much going for you, you'll be very lucky with land. So, land investments is good for you, or being in the business of land, or being a builder. All this will be very lucky for you. Yes, you can be a good promoter as well, but you have to tell yourself that many will feel that you have a sense of arrogance about you. Try to control that part of it by being more flexible, being more negotiable. And this sense of arrogance that people feel you feel will actually weaken your teamwork and weaken partnerships. So tell yourself in business and in job there should never be arrogance. So control your ego because your ego is very much at play. Well, you have so much going for you and you'll be able to do well in your life. Now it all matters about the calendar year. I know that you are already in 2020. What I don't know is what age you are going to be. And that age is always more important than the calendar year because everybody on earth moves into the calendar year at the same time. So you're going to be a person who in 2020 will already have a bonus of 40% from the calendar year. Now it depends what age you might be, and I'll only know that when you see me one day for a personal consultation, when I will have your full date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. But let me give you some samples of ages to make you realize how ages work. Now, if you are the ages of 17 or 26 or 35 or 44 or 53 or 62 or 71 or even 80, you're going to be one very lucky person in 2020, whether in the areas of business or job, whether in personal relationships, whether finding good partnerships in every sense. You're going to be very lucky and you will go sky up to the limit of achievement in any way. You'll meet some great partnerships, even relationships. I'm going to give you another sample of ages, which is also good. If you happen to be the ages of 15 or 24 or 33 or 42 or 51 or 60 or 69 or 78, you are again going to be a very lucky person. Your levels of creativity will be very high. And could it be that makes a name for yourself in this 2020? So you're going to do that beautifully. So the 2020 planets are there with arms wide open, waiting to help you in everything that you do. You've got to now find the direction of it all. And that's why you'll need to see me one day for a 90-minute session based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. I'm going to give you some samples of ages where you have to be a bit careful. And if you happen to be the ages of 19 or 28 or 37 or 46 or 55 or 64 or 73, then you have to be very careful because partnerships or relationships can break down very fast. And although the calendar year is 40% good, the other 60% will be too much for the calendar year to bear. And also tell yourself if you have these negative ages, you may have health issues as well because you'll be under a lot of stress and you'll be under a lot of difficulties, even financially. I'm going to give you another set of ages, and you have to be careful as well. If you are the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75, be very cautious, because whether in health, whether in finances, whether in personal relationships, all things can go very bad. Any of them can go bad. And so tell yourself, if you're of these ages which I mentioned, don't try to attempt to do things too big for yourself, because you won't be able to sustain it later on. Everything will come crumbling down. And tell yourself, if you're of these ages, don't dominate either. So you see, ages are very, very important. So one day, if I can have your full date of birth and time of birth and looking at your palms, we can have a 90-minute session. And during these 90 minutes, we'll be able to then get a sense of how you're going to do. So I'll give you my email address. This is my email address. And send me an email if you wish to do a 90-minute session with me, 90 minute, which will cost you USD $50 to know your next 8 or 9 years and to have so much information how to connect to that wonderful energy you have. Is it the soul, the guide, that force of energy we have? And I'll show you how to connect it. People who have connected it are the people who are super rich and super powerful. They are so inventive. They think of things which nobody else can. Human being cannot do that on his own. We need that connection with the supernatural in us, and I'll show you how to do that. And I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers so that you'll be able to do that yourself. And I will show you how to benefit from the energies from the universe, your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky days, your lucky directions. So much of information. So send me that email if you wish, and we'll get on with it to make sure that you get your next 8 or 9 years. I will do your 8 or 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year, and tell you the ups and the downs. And you can control the downs because you will already know about it in advance. So send me that email and let's get on with it. Until then, happy birthday. Thank you and goodbye.